Hi guys, Pete from MixCat. I'm going to set up some upside down tomatoes mounted to my house here. What you're first going to need is a hook. I got these forged hooks over in Lowe's actually. These are 6 inches, which is perfect because that's the half the radius of a 5-gallon bucket. You're going to need a masonry bit to get through the cement here, and it's 2 bolts, and these are real strong. I can hang on this. The bucket is essentially going to sit just like that, but I'm going to bend a little notch, that way it don't move. On the bottom of this is where the hole goes. I took a circle cut bit and put a hole in the bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to feed the tomato plant through this hole, so essentially it's going to hang upside down. And as you can see, the sun really hits the side of my house good at this point of the day, so definitely a perfect place for it. What I'm also going to do is you're going to need some steel cable. This is galvanized utility wire. This one's 18 gauge. I'm in Florida, so we have some real heavy winds. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to secure this down to make sure it doesn't come off the hook. I'm going to come through the bottom and put another screw here and mount that down. That way it can't swing back and forth and bust my window or just fly off and you lose your plant. So a great way to anchor it down, and I'll step you through the process. If you've never put in a screw into cement, what you're going to need, again, is a masonry bit. They sell them special. I actually got them with the anchors, and there's a plastic little piece that sits in there into the wall. So I'm going to mark my spot here. That way I know where I'm going to drill. Beautiful. Grab the drill, and I'll show you how that gets through the wall pretty easily. And always have eye protection on. Okay, now we're going to put in the plastic retainers here. This is what the screw is going to anchor into. Now that we have a hole there, we're just going to tap this in with a hammer, and it just taps in like so. Be real gentle with this. You don't want it to get jacked up. There we go. Just make it flush. Don't worry if the little chips away there. The screw's going to get in there nice and flush. Just screw that in. Make sure you get some nice thick screws, that way you know this jammy's not coming off the wall. But anchored in cement, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going anywhere. I'll show you. I weigh about 170 pounds. No problem. It's up there. You can see with the wind it's kind of moving it around, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make a little brace for that so we don't have to worry about that bucket flying around. Okay, I put one hole already. This is just a little bit less than half the distance of the bucket. Just going to make 2 holes that we could put some screws in with some washers to put that steel wire on. A little bit smaller screws I'm putting in here because it doesn't have to be real beefy where we gotta hang on it, but just enough to anchor this in place and when a good wind comes by. And let's face it, here in Florida we got hurricanes to contend with. We want it definitely anchored in the cement. Okay, another quick note, when you're fixing things to your house, make sure the washers, the hardware that you get, the screws, are stainless steel. Don't go with the nickel plated stuff. Don't go with galvanized, stainless steel. Pay the couple extra cents for the screws, and that way you're not going to have rust run down the side of your house. Here, all we need is one washer. Just going to screw that in a little bit, and make sure the washer is kind of loose on there, but can't get over the head. I'm going to use that so the wire can go in between there. We're going to kind of wrap it around, screw it to the wall so it's nice and snug. Get this guy off. I'm going to just get behind the washer, kind of pull it through, and that's it. We're just going to wrap this around a little bit. Don't have to get crazy with it because we're going to screw that into the house. But we're going to do that on both sides, and that's real strong. It ain't going anywhere. When you kind of have that through there, just pull it tight and make it snug. Just enough so when this actually fills up with dirt, it's going to sit into it and be real tight. See, my screw's still loose there. I'm going to tighten this down and we'll have a nice tight fit. See how nice and snug that is. Put this in here. There we are. When there's dirt in there, it'll be super snug. I'm also going to pinch that across so the bucket don't come out the top. You can also, if you really wanted to get aggressive about it, put a bolt right inside on the top going into the wall. Okay, here's a beefsteak tomato that I took out of its little bucket. What we're going to do is we're just going to turn this upside down and feed it through that hole. Just be very careful not to do any damage to the plant, and that's why it's always good to try to find one that doesn't look like they're too thick on top. But don't worry, if you snap something off, it'll grow back. That's the beauty of nature here. Alright. Almost got her. There we are. Just pull that through gently like so. That's it. There's the hanging. Let me tip them down for you. The hanging plant. That's perfect. And I'm just going to fill this up with dirt, and the lid that's going on the top has holes. That way I can fill it up with water. There's a shot of the dirt that I'm using. Get good dirt, guys. Don't get the cheap stuff. You'll have a much better crop if you get a nice professional mix. And the rest is easy. Just fill it up. Fill it, I'd say 80%. And again, that plastic top, you're going to want to buy that so you can put holes in it, and it makes it nice and easy to feed it and water it. Also, they sell those glass bulbs that you can put on the top, so it waters it when you're not around. So handy stuff to have. Right into the side of the house, so I know it's not going anywhere. I'm actually going to put a wire from here and bring it all the way down, so I know that's secure and it won't go anywhere. Again, I'm in Florida. We have hurricanes and we got some serious winds that come through. Had a lot of emails from people that live in apartments and condos, and they say, hey Pete, we don't have a backyard. Well, this is a solution for you. You can put this in a patio area, screened in patio, just as long as you got some sun. You're in good shape. Definitely a nice, cheap way to garden. This bucket here, $2. Seeds and some dirt. You're talking with the hook and everything about $6 to put this whole thing together. Real cheap. You can do the side of the house, do them on top of each other. Get real creative, but real important. Grow your own organic food. Thanks, guys. That's my little hole top. Yeah!